the setting of the move tool, rotation tool, and then scaling tool. So we are creating an object, simple object, any object, and then this is the gizmo we are getting. We need to get into the move tool, so double click on the settings and then reset the tool. So reset will going to reset each and everything over here, and then we need to get into the common selection type, the way you are selecting the object, and then the soft selection, what is soft selection, and then symmetry. So these are the things which are very important. So if I select this object and then selecting a single vertex of it, you can see that I am moving it. But now we are getting some kind of artifacts also. When I'm moving single object, single vertex over here, the symmetry is on, so it is moving, the other part is also moving. So what we need to do, we need to turn it off, the symmetry, turn it off, and then I think easier way will be if I'll create a cube. So I'll create a cube and then I'll select the edge of it. You can see this is the edge of it. Now coming to the symmetry is off. I'll turn it as an X. So I'm moving it and then moving it. So this is known as the symmetry for the X, and then for the Y. For the Y, if I move it, so this is on the top. I think it will not going to show you clearly because in the Y direction, Y direction is on the top. So coming to the Z axis, so this will going to move for the Z axis. This is helpful when you're modeling. Suppose you're modeling a face or a character. So this is a cube, and then I'll scale it, and then I'll give a subdivision of it here. Insert edge loop tool with the help of the multi-cut tool, and then control, press middle mouse. The edge will be in the center, and then double click on the move tool. Coming to the symmetrical, and then turn it off. Now if I select a vertex and then enable it in the X direction, you can see we are moving it. Okay, and then selecting this face, control E, extruding it, then press R, scaling it. So we are getting scaling in the both way. We are scaling the object, right? So this is known as the symmetry. And then what about the soft selection? Creating a sphere and then selecting a vertex, turn the symmetry off this time, move to the soft selection. The soft selection shortcut will be B. So I'm moving the single vertex. Now I want to move a bunch of vertices in a smooth way. So what I'll do, select a single vertex, either you select it and then turn the soft selection off, either press B. So pressing the B, as I told in the previous fundamental class also, part 01. So pressing B, and then we can decrease or increase the fall of radius, right? So the fall of radius will be around this much. So the amount of vertex part will be moving, the more increasing fall of radius will going to move the vertex more. So this is also helpful while modeling. So if I'll create a cube and then press R, scaling it, and then getting into the mesh, and then giving a smooth value, and then again pressing G for the last command, repeat, again press G to make it more denser. Now select the bunch of vertex to create a kind of skull, press B, increase the fall of radius, pressing B, and then middle mouse click and drag to the right hand side, W to the top, and then over here, and then over here, and then select the neck part over here. So this way you can create a kind of shape. And if you want to decrease the fall of radius, you can press B and then decrease. So this way you can use it, the soft selection tool, right? Now I'm using the soft selection tool from this for the side part also. So coming to the top view, I'll select it, but enabling the soft selection will going to turn the symmetry also on. So symmetry on with the X or with the Y or with the Z, how you want it. So coming to the Z, we can decrease or increase the symmetry. So this is known as the symmetry setting, and then soft selection, and then the important thing is common selection type. So the common selection type says when you are selecting the object, and then you need to select all the faces over here. all the objects faces are not getting selected because this is related to the camera based selection, so we need to turn it off. And then if I select it, because your view, the object was facing towards the camera, okay, this was the angle, so camera based, this is the thing. Now you turn it off and then click and drag, and then you select it, all the faces will going to get selected. So simply how you're going to get into this thing, double click on the move tool and then common selection type, click it over here. So now the thing which is visible in front of the camera from the view, which will be selected, okay, this part will not going to get selected. This is also helpful when you're modeling something. You need to select the back faces also. So this is the cube, and then we need to subdivide it, and then coming to the front view, and then we need to delete a part of half part and then selecting it. But when you're selecting it, all the parts are getting selected, but sometimes it does happen you're selecting it while getting to the camera based. So we need to turn the symmetry off, and then coming to the camera based selection, the back part is not getting selected because we have turned this camera based selection on. We need to turn it off and then again select it. Now each and every part is getting selected, and then you can delete it. So this is known as the camera based selection. So in the same way, if you get to the setting of the rotation, the same thing you will be getting, right? Same for the scaling, the same settings you will be getting. So this is all about the tool setting for the move tool, right? Thank you.